Thank you.
Starting a tradition. How teachers and students at one elementary in Kentwood help make the kids' first Thanksgiving memorable. And 'tis the season for football. Jack Doles will let us know the chances the Lions will tie their winning record today and which high school teams from West Michigan to look for at the state football finals this weekend.
Even on Halloween when we were handing out candy, people were like, we're so excited to see the Christmas lights. So the anticipation, I think, is great.
Which neighborhood you can visit starting tomorrow to move on from Thanksgiving and get into the holiday spirit. Also, the best gifts for the kids on your list to keep their minds engaged. And we have your turkey trot forecast. Sarah Flynn is live in downtown Grand Rapids. Our holiday at home starts right now.
TV.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us at this special broadcast, A Holiday at Home. I'm Teresa Weakley. We wanted to start the morning like all of you are, getting ready for the big meal. I'll show you how I'm going to make our turkey, which is a little bit different than in the traditional method. It involves cutting out the backbone. I'll cook up my dad's recipe for homemade green bean casserole, and we'll see if I have time for dessert after all of that, at least during the show. But first, we have Sarah Flynn in downtown Grand Rapids. She is tracking the forecast for us. Sarah, I know there's a big meal happening and the turkey trot, of course.
Hey Teresa, happy Thanksgiving. We are, yes, at DeVos Place, and we'll continue to see those chilly temperatures for the days to come. Again, this will be filled up here around 11 a.m. More than 2,000 people expected to come get this meal from Mel Trotter Ministries. We'll continue to monitor as they continue to cook that food and as people start to show up later on this morning. We'll also have more information on that turkey trot coming up around 6 a.m. For now, we're live at DeVos Place. Teresa, I'll send it back to you at home in your kitchen.
Okay, thank you so much, Sarah. I know everyone's wondering what that's going to be like outside today, whether they're head downtown or have somewhere to drive to. So I do have the turkey out, and what I'm doing today is called spatchcock turkey, and essentially it's like butterflying the turkey. You cut out the backbone, but the first thing that you're supposed to do is pat it dry, and that helps the skin stay nice and crispy, so that's pretty important. And we know the turkey will be the mainstay of most meals today, but we all have our own Thanksgiving traditions. And there's an elementary school in Kentwood that continued a tradition this week. It's all about showing students who are new to the country what this American tradition is about. Gratitude is on display at Meadowlawn Elementary in Kentwood.
I know there's a lot of food and there are going to be a lot of people, and there are going to be some fifth graders helping passing out the food.
It's written on place settings. What are you thankful for this year?
My family and friends. For everything.
Now try it.
And in the eyes of the students and teachers involved in what has become a favorite tradition.
We service 160 some kids, but we're only serving to the kids who are new to Meadowlawn.
Do you want some cornbread?
Kelly Sanchez is the multilingual learner, or ML teacher, for the school.
Some of them are brand new to the country. We have some that have only been here a few months.
Is it good?
She helped start an annual Thanksgiving luncheon about 6 years ago to introduce the American holiday to her new students.
We wanted to just talk about being thankful, so we taught the kids about Sarah Josepha Hale and how she wanted a holiday where everybody is thankful and everybody comes together with family and friends and enjoys a meal. They're very fascinated by it, and they love to share what they do in their country, different holidays for their cultures.
What would you like?
Fifth graders who ate this meal when they were new ML students now serve the meal to their younger classmates.
It's exciting because, I get a turn to serve them, and I wanted to when I first joined.
They really step up. I mean, they wait for it, they're excited.
You love corn?
The gratitude in this room doesn't have to be spoken. It's shared, served, and celebrated. One plate at a time.
Thank you.
All right. So I got just a little bit more to do here to pat this dry. I've moved it to this container to make it easier for when I do have to cut out that backbone. But we have Megan Bunchman in the studio following the news of the day. What are we tracking today, Megan?
Well, good morning, Teresa. Happy Thanksgiving at 9 a.m. Those are the stories that we're following here this morning in the studio. I'm going to send it back to Teresa to take a look at that turkey.
Right, thank you so much, Megan. And now that the turkey is dry, the next step is to cut out the backbone. I'm going to get started on that as we go to our commercial break, and then I'll show you the rest of that process when we come back. Also, we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving side dishes, what everyone's favorites are, according to our official, said with sarcasm, Would TV8 poll. That's coming up next. Stay with us as we share a holiday at home with you. Welcome back to a holiday at home. I forgot to preheat my oven, so I'm doing that now. We're starting the day with you this Thanksgiving morning, and I'm working on the turkey. I don't normally do it like this. I one year was running short on time and called my dad and said, I don't have 4 hours to cook a turkey, and he suggested doing this method, which is essentially butterflying. It's where you cut out the backbone. And I'll show you what that does and why it cooks the turkey faster and is supposed to cook it more evenly as well. But usually, one, you need a good pair of kitchen shears for this. And I usually cut through the skin on the top first just to make it easier to even see where the bone is. And then you get into the sides here. You just run it all along the sides and cut where you have space to so you can separate that backbone. There we go. So once you're done doing this, you can flatten out the turkey, and that keeps it all even so you don't have the white meat hiding underneath and meat cooking. It cooks at different speeds, so now it's all flat, or it will be, and that is just something that helps it cook a little bit more evenly, and it certainly helps it cook faster. So that's gonna take me a minute here. And then once you have the backbone cut out, you can just take it out. You want to save it so you can use it if you're going to make some gravy. And then you flip it over and you'll flatten it. So I'm going to be making some side dishes too, one in particular. But we have a poll that we put out. We were just curious what everyone's favorite side dishes are. I love the green bean casserole, and I also love the sweet potato casserole. But according to our poll, 51% of the people who responded to our survey said they prefer dressing or stuffing. 25% said mashed potatoes, 10% want green bean casserole, and 14% said you just want pie. That could count as a side, right? You can check out these results and pick your own favorites if you head to woodtv.com.
Always tracking, always alerting. Storm Team 8.
At home. Welcome back to a holiday at home. We know there's a lot going on this morning in downtown Grand Rapids. We have Mel Trotter Ministries putting on a huge community meal, and the turkey trot. Sarah Flynn is at DeVos Place for us this morning. Sarah, what is the weather looking like for everyone who's going to be out and about today?
Now, we'll have more details about the Mel Trotter Thanksgiving Day meal coming up in the next half hour, but Teresa's been working all morning in her kitchen. We're going to send it over to her right now.
Yeah, I'm having trouble getting this backbone cut out, so I'm going to keep working on that. But we have a lot more to get to for you here during our holiday at home. We know the Lions play at 12:30 today and have given us so much hope that this will be a Thanksgiving Day win. Jack Doles will take a break from making cookies to give us a little insight coming up next. Then later, what gifts you can buy for the kids on your list that will keep them using their brains over winter break. Welcome back to a holiday at home. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for spending your holiday morning with us. Still working on this, but we want to talk about the Lions because, man, they've given us so much to be excited about this season. What a great start. We're hoping they'll maybe tie a record today. Jack Doles is in his own kitchen, taking a break from his famous cookies to let us know what to expect.
Happy Thanksgiving. Nothing says Thanksgiving like chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, right, that's right. If you haven't had Jack Dole's chocolate chip cookies, they are fantastic. I can vouch for that. We have a lot to get to still ahead. We'll show you what's been going on overnight coming up next. We also have the turkey trot happening downtown today. We'll check in with Sarah, get an update on the forecast, and we have a look at some holiday lights. How many hours one man spent on his roof and his driveway getting ready for a show that will open to the public tomorrow in Wyoming. Our holiday at home will continue still ahead. Thanks so much for spending Thanksgiving morning with us. Good morning, welcome back to A Holiday at Home. I've been working on my turkey here for the last half hour. I'm actually not as far along as I was hoping to be. It just took me a while to cut the backbone out of it, and now I gotta get it out of here and flattened down. I might need some muscle for this. You're supposed to push it down and kind of break that breastbone, so I'll find some muscle for that so I can continue on. This is a 22-pound turkey. It should take about 2 hours, 15 minutes to cook it. So hopefully I can get it in the oven here and get that process started. We want to head downtown, though, to Sarah Flynn, who is at DeVos Place, where Mel Trotter Ministries is putting on a huge community meal. And I know we have the turkey trot this morning, too. Sarah, what can everybody expect? Are we going to get some snow today for everything that's going on?
Hey, Teresa, I got a lot of faith in you. You got this. I'm excited to see how your turkey all pans out. And here at DeVos Place, Mel Trotter Ministry will be feeding about 2,000 people. I'll have a closer look at what we're tracking there and also time out when we could maybe see some warmer temperatures in that 8-day forecast. That's coming up here in just a bit. For now, Teresa, how are things looking? Did we figure out the turkey situation?
I'm still working on it. I'll get it. But we know tomorrow is the big shopping day, Black Friday, and it can be difficult to find gifts for the kids on your list that are fun, but maybe also educational. So we went back to Andy Losick's classroom for the 9th year in a row to get his recommendations for some great STEM gifts.
My name's Andy Losick. I teach STEM for Hamilton Community Schools, and this is my holiday gift guide.
We're trying to build a tower to go up to the ceiling.
I love that if you go on Amazon, you can find all of these kits that have 600-800 pieces of straws, and all they are just straws and these plastic connectors. You've got the construction elements that way. Biggest thing for me on so many of these things are the social interactions and multiple kids deciding how they're going to approach and build one thing together.
No hands. No it's touching. It jumped it.
One of the all-time great toys is Hot Wheels Track. Now, you don't have to buy the whole theme set.
We want to crash cars like this.
You can get 15 feet of Hot Wheels Track online for $15. Put a couple of those together and then just turn the imagination loose.
What are they learning when they're doing that with the racetrack? Velocity, that sort of thing?
Oh, there are amazing physics lessons being learned every time you play with Hot Wheels cars. Even like trying to figure out why the Batmobile might be so much faster than the van. You know, you have velocity and friction and all of that.
Aww, he's not happy.
I love this one because it's really affordable at under $100. Robotics is something that lots of kids get into. And the thing about this Pixel robotic dog is it's super cute and it's fun and it does some silly stuff.
I like how he runs and how he chases his tail.
The girls that were playing with him today, they did the remote control bit for a few minutes, but then they got into the coding and they had a whole dance party going on there and they realized they could make it do a lot more that way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hi.
So Andy has even more suggestions in his full toy guide. He has it on his blog, and that's stuff that can apply to all STEM learners. We also have a video showing every one of the activities that he had those kids in the classroom do, and a list of the toys with prices and where to find them. That's all online right now inside this story at woodtv.com. Thank you very much, Megan. We know high school football players have a huge weekend coming up as well in Detroit. We'll check in with Jack in his kitchen to find out how he thinks our teams from West Michigan will do in the state finals. That's coming up a little bit later. But first, I am gonna keep working on this, and I'll share with you some of the key ingredients to a delicious green bean casserole as we continue with our holiday at home. Welcome back to our holiday at home. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Thanksgiving morning. So I'm a little behind from where I was hoping to be at this point, and we just worked on our turkey on this counter. So I just want to spray things down a little bit before I move on to the next step. And eventually, we're going to put that turkey in the oven. Before we do that, I'm going to brush some butter on the top of it. We're not going for health here today. So then we're gonna get into the green bean casserole, which I have a few of the ingredients right here. Really the key to this is just using fresh ingredients, fresh green beans, fresh mushrooms. You trim the green beans and cut them in half. You cut up the mushrooms into about 1/2-inch pieces or so, and I'll show you how to put those and make it into your own cream of mushroom soup instead of buying it in the can, and it works really well. But right now we want to get you updated on the forecast for this Thanksgiving. Sarah is in downtown Grand Rapids. Sarah.
Hey, Teresa, happy Thanksgiving. We are pretty quiet weather-wise out there. We'll time out snow chances really building into the evening and carrying into your Black Friday, which could impact your shopping plans. I'll have a look at that here coming up right after the break.
Lots of prep work happening here with volunteers in the kitchen, getting to work, and our own Teresa Weakley is in her kitchen. Teresa, how's it going back there?
Well, I'm finally ready to put the turkey in the oven, so that's the good news. It's all preheated and buttered up and seasoned and all that, so that is fantastic. And we know that this is a big weekend for a lot of families in West Michigan if they have a high school football player. We'll check in with Dak Doles next, find out which high school teams from West Michigan we should look for in the state finals at Ford Field. That's as we continue our holiday at home. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to our holiday at home. I'm finally working on the green bean casserole. I've got most everything cut up. That's great news. High school football players, they have a huge weekend ahead of them. It's state finals time. Jack Doles is in his kitchen whipping up his famous chocolate chip cookies and looking at which teams we should watch for.
Thank you.
Starting a tradition. How teachers and students at one elementary in Kentwood help make the kids' first Thanksgiving memorable. And 'tis the season for football. Jack Doles will let us know the chances the Lions will tie their winning record today and which high school teams from West Michigan to look for at the state football finals this weekend.
Even on Halloween when we were handing out candy, people were like, we're so excited to see the Christmas lights. So the anticipation, I think, is great.
Which neighborhood you can visit starting tomorrow to move on from Thanksgiving and get into the holiday spirit. Also, the best gifts for the kids on your list to keep their minds engaged. And we have your turkey trot forecast. Sarah Flynn is live in downtown Grand Rapids. Our holiday at home starts right now.
This is News 8 Daybreak from Wood TV.
Good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us in this special broadcast, A Holiday at Home. We wanted to spend Thanksgiving morning with all of you and doing what everyone's doing today, getting ready for the big meal. I have a little help in the kitchen now. My son Grady's manning the mushrooms for our green bean casserole, and I just have to dump these into some boiling water here and blanch them for about 5 minutes, and then we'll be good to go to move on to the next thing. We want to get you up to date on the forecast, though. Sarah Flynn is in downtown Grand Rapids outside Van Andel Arena, which is where the turkey trot will happen later this morning. Sarah, will we have any snow on our Thanksgiving Day?
Hey, Teresa. Hey, Grady. Yeah, we are outside Van Andel Arena now. You'll find yourself in some snow as we head into our Black Friday, especially if you're at the lakeshore. I'll have the latest on those totals here coming up. For now, Teresa, I'll send it back to you at home in your kitchen.
Yes, thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate it. I'm going to let Grady keep manning the mushrooms for me for a couple minutes. We love the green bean casserole. That's one of our favorite dishes. Everybody has their own traditions, though. An elementary school in Kentwood continued a tradition this year, teaching the students who are new to the school and maybe even new to the country what an American Thanksgiving is all about. Gratitude is on display at Meadowlawn Elementary in Kentwood.
I know there's a lot of food and there are going to be a lot of people and there are going to be some 5th graders helping passing out the food.
It's written on place settings. What are you thankful for this year?
My family and friends. For everything.
Now try it. Yes!
And in the eyes of the students and teachers involved in what has become a favorite tradition.
We service 160 some kids, but we're only serving to the kids who are new to Meadowlawn.
Do you want some cornbread?
Kelly Sanchez is the multilingual learner, or ML teacher, for the school.
Some of them are brand new to the country. We have some that have only been here a few months.
Is it good?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit good.
She helped start an annual Thanksgiving luncheon about 6 years ago to introduce the American holiday to her new students.
We wanted to just talk about being thankful. So we taught the kids about Sarah Josepha Hale and how she wanted a holiday where everybody is thankful and everybody comes together with family and friends and enjoys a meal. They're very fascinated by it and they love to share what they do in their country, different holidays for their cultures.
What would you like?
5th graders who ate this meal when they were new ML students now serve the meal to their younger classmates.
It's exciting because, I get a turn to serve them, and I wanted to when I first joined.
They really step up. I mean, they wait for it, you know, they're excited.
I love corn.
You love corn?
The gratitude in this room doesn't have to be spoken. It's shared, served, and celebrated. One plate at a time.
Thank you.
Very sweet, Teresa.
We do have breaking news that we're following in the studio. Megan, what's happening?
Well, good morning, Teresa. We are following some breaking news overnight.
Well, the turkey is finally in the oven and the green bean casserole is cooking. I'm getting some stuff ready for a handheld version of a pumpkin cheesecake. I'll show you what I mean there coming up. The kids love it. We also have some other stuff to get to. We'll let you know what everyone's favorite Thanksgiving side dishes are, according to our official Wood TV8 poll. That's as we continue our Holiday at Home broadcast. We'll be right back. Welcome back to A Holiday at Home, live from my kitchen. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for waking up with us. So I just wanted to let you know what the dessert is that we're making today for the kids. It's going to be pumpkin cheesecake pops, like a cake pop, but with a Thanksgiving festive twist, and it involves cream cheese and pumpkin filling. You'll mix that all together, add some vanilla, and then we'll add in some graham cracker crumbs as well with some powdered sugar and some cinnamon, and we'll ball those up. And then we'll coat them. I love this candy quick coating. It just works really well, and we'll be able to cool those. I'm still kind of working on the green bean casserole, getting the mushrooms cooked down here. Eventually, I'll have my sauce ready to add the green beans. This is one of my favorite side dishes for sure. We put out a poll asking what your favorite side dishes are. It's, not super official, but here are the results. So as it turns out, I guess a lot of people, not my son, really love dressing or stuffing. It's my least favorite, but a lot of people love it. My husband loves it. 27% said mashed potatoes, 9%. We're down to 9% for the green bean casserole, and 13% just said they want pie. I get that. You can check out these results and pick your favorites if you want to go to this poll at woodtv.com.
And while some people are getting their gym clothes on, others are putting on their aprons like Teresa Weakley. How's it going in the kitchen over there?
I finally got the pumpkin and the cream cheese all combined, and we're going to be able to add some graham cracker crumbs and ball this up in just a minute. You can see it. Go ahead. We're also excited about the Lions playing today at 12:30. They've given us so much hope this year. They might even tie a record today and start a new tradition. We'll check in with Jack Doles and see what their chances look like coming up next. And also a look at some STEM toys later that you could buy for the kids on your list. It'll keep them using their brains over winter break. A holiday at home. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our holiday at home. Good job, guys. They're adding the graham cracker crumbs to the mix here so that eventually we can chill this a little bit and roll this into our pumpkin cheesecake pop. It's going to be delicious. We're excited about the Lions. They've had a great season so far. Jack Doles is in his own kitchen making his famous cookies and getting us ready for the game.
One of the great Thanksgiving traditions in the Mitten State, the Detroit Lions playing football on Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving. Nothing says Thanksgiving like chocolate chip cookies.
Those cookies are delicious if you ever get a chance to have them. We do have some breaking overnight news that we're going to get to still ahead. We're also live downtown this morning at the Turkey Trot. Sarah's down there with Elena. We'll check in and get an update on the forecast. And we have some pretty cool holiday lights in neighborhoods all over West Michigan. We'll let you know how many hours one man spent on his roof and his driveway getting ready for a show that will open to the public tomorrow morning. Our holiday at home continues still ahead. Thanks so much for spending your Thanksgiving morning with all of us. Yeah.
This is News 8 Daybreak from Wood TV.
Good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us on Thanksgiving. We're spending the holiday at home. We wanted to share it with all of you, and we know that many of you are waking up getting your Thanksgiving meals ready as well. Thank you. This is from our dessert. That's one of my favorite memories is being able to whatever's left over in the bowl, right? We have our green bean casserole cooking over here, and actually, Grady, I'm gonna ask my son to help me out a little bit. If you could dump this in with the mushrooms, that would be great. Thank you so much. So we also have the turkey going and some other stuff that we're working on here. It's kind of crazy this morning. One of the kids woke up at 4:30, so you know it's gonna be a good day. Hey, we want to get you prepared with the forecast as well. Sarah is downtown outside Van Andel Arena. That's where the Turkey Trot's going to be later this morning. Sarah, what's the forecast looking like for us?
4:30. Oh man, Teresa, I think you're in for a fun day there. We're in for a fun morning here. We're outside Van Andel Arena. For now, Teresa, I'll toss it back to you at home in your kitchen.
All right, thank you so much, Sarah. So tomorrow we know is a huge shopping day. I still have to work on my Christmas gift list. If you have yours and you have some kids that you're looking for ideas for, we know it can be tough. You want something that they're gonna have fun with, but maybe also is somewhat educational. So we went back to Mr. Losick's classroom for the 9th year in a row to get his best suggestions for some STEM gifts.
My name's Andy Losick. I teach STEM for Hamilton Community Schools, and this is my holiday gift guide.
We're trying to build a tower to go up to the ceiling.
I love that if you go on Amazon, you can find all of these kits that have 800 pieces of straws, and all they are just straws and these plastic connectors. You've got the construction elements that way. Biggest thing for me on so many of these things are the social interactions and multiple kids deciding how they're going to approach and build one thing together.
No hands. No, it's touching.
One of the all-time great toys is Hot Wheels Track. Now, you don't have to buy the whole theme set.
We want to crash cars like this.
You can get 15 feet of Hot Wheels Track online for $15. Put a couple of those together and then just turn the imagination loose.
What are they learning when they're doing that with the racetrack? Velocity, that sort of thing?
Oh, there are amazing physics lessons being learned every time you play with Hot Wheels cars. Even like trying to figure out why the Batmobile might be so much faster than the van. You know, you have velocity and friction and all of that.
Aww, he's not happy.
I love this one because it's really affordable at under $100. Robotics is something that lots of kids get into. And the thing about this Pixel robotic dog is it's super cute and it's fun and it does some silly stuff.
I like how he runs and how he chases his tail.
The girls that were playing with him today, they did the remote control bit for a few minutes, but then they got into the coding and they had a whole dance party going on there and they realized they could make it do a lot more that way. Oh, that's awesome.
Andy has even more toys and activities in his full guide, including a book that's great for all STEM learners. And we have information about each of the toys you saw, plus a full video with other activities those kids in the classroom did, the prices and where you can find them. That's all online now inside this story at woodtv.com. Andy Losick's mom has a really good cinnamon roll recipe, and she shared it with me, so I'll be turning this into some cinnamon rolls after the show. This is a great time of year, though, to drive around and check out all the Christmas lights. And sometimes neighbors really get together and put on quite a show. Coming up next, we'll take you to a neighborhood in Wyoming where they have become even closer friends because of all the work that has gone into something people around West Michigan can enjoy. That's as our Holiday at Home broadcast continues this Thanksgiving morning. Welcome back to our Holiday at Home. Can you roll that up for me? We are working on, yeah, you can just go ahead, Kathleen. Yeah, our cheesecake, pumpkin cheesecake pops. They're supposed to be pops. I don't know where the sticks are, so they're pumpkin cheesecake balls today. Do you want to help, buddy? Everybody has clean hands. Go ahead and roll that up for me. And once these, we're going to chill them after we get them all rolled up, and then we'll coat them with the Candy Quick, which is a good option instead of chocolate, but both options are great. And we'll sprinkle some, thank you, graham cracker crumbs on top of those, and they'll be a great dessert for the kids if they don't want to have any of the pecan or pumpkin pie. We all love to go drive around and check out all the Christmas lights, right? Yeah. It's the best time of year to do it. And we checked out one neighborhood in Wyoming where the neighbors all came together to put on quite a show.
I wanted to do something like this forever.
When Rob Rich moved into the Sage River Court neighborhood about 9 years ago, he helped start what would become a treasured tradition.
Let's see, okay, 2, 4, 6, that's 6,000 right there. So, 20,000? That's a guess. Yeah. You know, I can't really say for sure.
The Sage River Holiday Lights Display.
He runs a program, and we interconnect it either wirelessly or with network cables, and it syncs it to the music.
Another neighbor started the display with Rob. As many as 9 families now get involved each year.
You're not on a roof all day, though. Your feet start to hurt up there.
Putting in the hours to untangle the lights, drag them to the roof, and put everything in its place.
I'd say a good, 16 hours maybe? Because I go all out, you know. I always see one more thing I want to do, right? So even as the show is going, I'll still continue on.
It's really quite magical.
Nancy Radcliffe moved in 3 years ago and didn't realize she had bought a Christmas house.
Well, the first year we moved in August, and so we didn't really understand it, and so I had a company come put lights on at the last minute, so we would be in it, and then we put a few on. But then after that, it was like, oh no, we want to be part of this. So we have lots of lights.
When it's all ready, people near and far come by to take in the lights, the music, and the spirit.
I actually really enjoy being outside talking to people about it because we get so many thank yous. People love it. There are people that come by year after year. It has brought all of us closer.
Everybody helps everybody out. It's all about family. It's all about music. It's all about lights. It's just fun.
We have a holiday lights guide for you on our website. Head to woodtv.com to see where all the displays are in West Michigan and when they're open. Sarah.
And we're live outside Van Andel in downtown Grand Rapids. The GRPS Turkey Trot will start here in just under 2 hours. I'll have a look at your chilly temperatures and the snow that's arriving later on tonight. That's coming up after the break.
Thank you so much, Megan, for all those updates. We're just wrapping things up here, sort of. I still have a lot of cooking to do once the show is done, but we're gonna finish things out here for our holiday at home coming up right after this. Welcome back to a holiday at home. The kids all woke up kind of early. Are you guys a little bit grumpy? Yeah. I'll just give you a quick status update on the green bean casserole. Why not? This always takes longer than I think it's going to, getting the half and half and broth to cook down. So I'm still working on that. The kids have been super helpful, actually, with making the pumpkin cheesecake balls. So we still have some more to roll up here. What are you most looking forward to about Thanksgiving? Say it loudly.
Spending time with family.
Good answer, Grady. Good answer. If you're interested in any of the recipes that we've shown you this morning, I actually have them all online for you. Just go to woodtv.com. We've got how to cook a turkey when you butterfly it, my dad's green bean casserole recipe when I did not ask for permission, and the pumpkin cheesecake balls as well. Are you guys all having fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Oh, well, thanks so much for waking up with us for a holiday at home. I hope you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving?
Happy Thanksgiving!
Just don't eat that yet.
Thank you. Let's eat it, Mom.
Yeah.